Two nations, born on the same day, split from the same army. They have fought 4 full wars since 1947. Every single year, both sides kept spending. This is what that decision cost. 1965. Pakistan launched Operation Gibraltar. 5,000 soldiers disguised as Kashmiri civilians sent deep into Indian territory to spark an uprising. It failed completely. India discovered the plan and crossed the international border into Pakistan itself. The largest tank battle since World War II, 3 weeks of war. And when it ended, not a single inch of territory had changed hands. India had spent $2.1 billion that year. Pakistan, $440 million. India was already spending 5 times more. Pakistan attacked anyway. That tells you everything about this conflict. After the '65 war, America cut weapons supply to both sides as punishment. Pakistan turned to China. India turned to the Soviet Union. The Cold War had found a new subcontinent. (1971). Pakistan's military was massacring its own civilians in East Pakistan. 3 million people were killed in 9 months. 10 million refugees poured into India. When India finally entered the war, it was over in 13 days. 90,000 Pakistani soldiers surrendered, the largest military surrender since the Second World War. East Pakistan was gone. It became Bangladesh. Pakistan had lost half its country. India spent $2.2 billion. Pakistan, $739 million. The money gap was 3-1. But the strategic humiliation would define Pakistan's military doctrine forever. (1979), the Soviet Union invaded Afghanistan. America needed Pakistan. Billions in weapons flooded in. And, quietly, under a scientist named A.Q. Khan, Pakistan was building its first atomic bomb. Through the 1980s, India's economy began pulling away. Pakistan's military kept spending, but the gap was becoming structural. Money India could spare, Pakistan could not. (1998), May 11th. India detonated 5 nuclear devices in the Rajasthan desert. Codename Operation Shakti. The world was furious. Sanctions were imposed. 2 weeks later, Pakistan responded with 6 tests of its own. The nuclear arms race the world feared had arrived in South Asia, the most densely populated region on Earth. India was spending $11.9 billion on its military, Pakistan $3.2 billion. But both had now crossed the line that made those numbers almost irrelevant. A nuclear warhead does not care about budget gaps. If you have found this channel through this video, please take 1 second to subscribe. It costs you nothing, and it helps us keep making videos exactly like this one. (2008), November 26th. 10 Pakistani militants landed in Mumbai by sea. For 60 hours they held one of the world's largest cities hostage. 166 people were killed. India's response was not immediate military action, it was accelerated military spending. Every year after Mumbai, India's defence budget grew faster. India 33 billion, Pakistan 5.2 billion. The gap had crossed 6 times over, and it would never close again. By 2013, India was spending 6 times more than Pakistan, but Pakistan still had nuclear parity. In this conflict, deterrence was never measured in dollars, it was measured in warheads. (2019, February 14th), a suicide bomber killed 40 Indian soldiers in Pulwama, Kashmir. India blamed Pakistan. 12 days later, Indian Air Force jets crossed into Pakistani airspace and bombed Balakot, the first Indian strike on Pakistani soil since 1971. Pakistan scrambled jets. Both sides fired missiles. For 72 hours, 2 nuclear-armed nations stood on the edge. India was spending $71 billion on its military. Pakistan, $10 billion, 7 times the gap. And yet both sides understood the real deterrent had nothing to do with money. By 2025, India spends $94 billion on its military. Pakistan spends $10.5 billion, a 9-to-1 gap. That gap will only grow as India's economy expands. Pakistan has survived this imbalance for 78 years through one strategy: nuclear deterrence. The question is whether that strategy can hold forever. What do you think happens next? Drop your answer in the comments.